They indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Indianapolis Colts. And we are underway in Buffalo. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First down, nothing, opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Eluding the pressure right. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms, but I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover, a takeaway, a key sack on third down, a 3-and-out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down. 2nd and 8. Here's Ryan. Flush to his right. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On first down, Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. It's Dorsett for the Colts touchdown. Philip Dorsett, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Hey. Okay.
And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Off the play fake. Allen.
Get the
coverage, and it's intercepted.
fucking.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. After the interception, here's Ryan. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Hines. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the counter, it's Taylor. Room here to run. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. This defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we?
Get the fuck out of here, man. His fucking back is
near the 26. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Oh, they really are this bullshit.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Matt Ryan, his 2nd touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Colts add on to their lead. Blankenship out for the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Matt Hawk now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. They were looking good on 2nd down, but now they're backed up 5 yards by the false start, and it's 2nd and 8. Now it's Ryan. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. Touchdown, Colts. Paris Campbell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Allen. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Allen now looks to throw.
Man, come on, man. Cut the fucking route.
First quarter. Picked off at the 39. And this one will be brought back to the 22. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Runs through the contact. 7 yards, the pickup there. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second down and 3. From the gun, it's Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly, and this one could be coming back. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now it's Ryan. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They'll roll him out right. He finds his man, complete. It's Cox. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Well, they've certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Now, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Ryan. Over the middle, it's complete. Touchdown! Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. So this now 34-0 with the extra point pending. And Charles, I thought these guys might have the advantage coming in, but I didn't expect this.
Well, I'm glad we're going with full transparency here because I didn't either. I thought we might be looking at a 24-20 type game, maybe 13-10 at the half.
20 seconds.
But this has been total, utter domination.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good, and that will extend this big lead.
Let's work on this. Let's get a 1st down. Let's do that.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out there?
I think you are. I think run back out there and go, just can't be loose with the football again. You want to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down, right back to Lindsey. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now that's That's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So the illegal forward pass also costs them a down, and now it's 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder, and he goes out right around the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. Eluding the pressure right. And bringing it in, it's Davis. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. On play action, Allen. He'll buy some time right. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he'd just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
Going with their tight end on 4th. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more this time, the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he will be brought down, but a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Lindsey. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles. And
Get the fuck out of here, man!
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this 1st half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question, because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around, or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ryan. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Ryan. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing again, Ryan. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Ryan on 1st down. This to Hines on the drop-off. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 54 yards away. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half, so where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff for Lindsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. The corner, Stephon Gilmore, on the stop. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. On play action, Allen. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Samuel Aguavin gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Allen off the play fake. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Here's Allen. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the So they're going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
From the 22, Ryan. And his throw here is incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
Oh, this would be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, look at the juke. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And some space here. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Moss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. His 5th rushing touchdown on the year, number 9 overall. And the Bills are able to make things a bit more respectable.
Yep, there's mine.
And, oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So with the misread in his rearview mirror, he goes back to kick this one off. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They run the counter. It's Taylor, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Flush to his right. Ryan avoiding the hit at the end as he'll slide down with a 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Ryan. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Matt Ryan now with 5 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Colts are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league.
No need is there. Come on, Josh.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They go play action now. Ryan rolling to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Flushed out right. He's got the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays high.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball down.
He's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell there to make the grab. And the Colts add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Pulls it in at the 13. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Allen. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half. No quitting him.
0. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed it off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
They'll roll him out right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Here's Allen to throw it. Dancing to his left. Over the middle, complete. It's Lindsey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Oh, now Lindsey.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
Pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, y'all think you shitting on me.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Throwing now is Allen. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Bobby Okereke with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Allen, gotta have this one. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan to throw. Steps away to his left. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man, that's Campbell. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Ryan wants to throw it. Flush to his right. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. 57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. second down. It's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up.